we're Team 17 and we'd like to present here our Arduino project. So when we started this, we had a vision. We wanted to make a game console out of the Arduino, and we wanted to make it something that anyone can replicate through open source code and affordable hardware. It has 2 games created in processing. Those 2 games are Castle Wars and Pong. We also wrapped everything in a console-style menu created using the Java Swing library. The computer games and the Arduino board communicate to each other through the serial port, which is accessed in both processing and in the Arduino IDE. So basically, there's a handshake connection, which is created between the 2 games and the board.
Our design has 2 controllers, each with 1 joystick, 2 buttons, 1 vibrator and 1 light. To be able to wire each one of those, I had to use 8 cables. To avoid the short circuit on the buttons, I had to use 3K resistors, 1 for each button. In the beginning I had some problems because without knowing the ground and the power source were touching each other, creating big problems. But when I started to isolate the cables and solder everything in the right way, everything went awesome. Everything was working. But I also think that there are still things to improve in our project.
What I'm going to talk to you about is the processing part of our project. With processing, we've created 2 games, one of which is the classic you all know, Pong. Pong is a 2-dimensional table tennis style game in which the aim is to defeat an opponent by earning the higher score. While we're programming this game, we use trigonometry to find the angle to which the ball has to bounce and the native processing graphics to achieve that certain feel and style that the original Pong has. When playing the game, both players have a controller. They move the paddles with the joysticks and get a vibration every time they hit the ball. This is achieved by sending and receiving signals to and from the Arduino. We use that as well in our second game, Castle Wars. This is our original game where you get control over a king and have to protect your castle from the enemies. You control the kings with the joysticks and shoot if you were button 1 for the enemies or button 2 for your opponent. When your opponent launches a shot against you, your controller vibrates as a warning. You also get an LED light on as a notice that you have now killed 5 enemies and are able to shoot your opponent. While programming this game, we had to use our own drawn sprites, which you can see everywhere in the game.
All our code can be found on our GitHub repository. We're open source and we'd like to see involved in our project. We're waiting for a pull request.